My neck hurts so bad. My hands hurt terribly. My back hurts. I'm hungry. Okay, so today is hair wash day. As you can see, I'm in desperate need of a wash. It's been about 6 weeks. It's currently, like 3 o'clock on Saturday. I'll probably be done around 6 or 7, but I need to wash it. I'm gonna use this new shampoo that I got because the usual brand that I use, I think, is making my scalp a little bit more flaky than usual. And yeah, so.
Just think about it right now. Everything's okay.
So at this point, this was only maybe about a week or two after I originally did my braid locks. As you can see, the braid pattern is still very obvious. You can clearly see the plait from the top to the root. Again, most people, when they start their locks, they do the coils, or actually it's even more common to start with twists compared to braids. But I knew I was going to mostly be doing this whole process by myself, so I wanted to choose a starting style that was going to look good and neat whilst my hair was actually locking up. Again, it's really up to personal preference, but it's just I tend to be very much a perfectionist when it comes to my hair, and I knew I wasn't going to be ready for like the real type of commitment when it comes to locks. So again, I know for a fact I restarted my locks at least twice. The exact dates I'm not really sure about, but I know by this point, September 1st, I wasn't redoing them anymore. So this was really my be-all end-all. I'm pretty sure that I'm trimming my ends incorrectly in this clip. And just overall, I was not practicing very good lock care at this time just because I did not know what I was doing. But hey, we're here today, so it is what it is. So like I said, I'm pretty much a perfectionist when it comes to my hair. So I would wear my hair in ponytails pretty much every day during these early months, just because it was too short for me. I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it, but I knew over time it was going to grow. So I would sport my ponytail with a 1 or 2 twist out at the front. But come December, my hair definitely grew a lot. I would usually braid it here and there to stretch them out and curl them. I would try not to do that too often because it would kind of make my hair a bit stringy. But even as you can see, fresh out the shower, my hair was still reaching my shoulders at this point and a little bit past it. Of course, once it dries up, it always shrinks a bit more, but even still, it was definitely growing a lot at that time. And I didn't even really notice it, honestly, until going back and watching these clips. At this point, I was starting to experiment with more hairstyles, like the half up, half down, a high ponytail instead of always doing a low ponytail. I was wearing it out more. And as you can see, compared to the beginning clips, the twists that I wear out in the front when I do my half up, half down on my ponytail are definitely past my eyebrow, almost touching my nose. And at this point, as I'm recording today, they're both almost at my chin. So that was when I really, really knew my hair was growing. And I was starting to feel way more comfortable with it and how it looked, and trying different styles and things like that, and just wearing it out more, especially now that it's getting nicer out. So yeah. I don't feel like starting this because I know it's going to take a minute. Here goes my little baby lock that's always sticking out. But here is washed out the shower, set a little bit, kind of damp. Like I try to make sure it's still damp when I still do it, but not super, super wet. So I kind of let it dry out for just like 10 minutes, but still damp enough so that my scalp and that my locks are easy to just twist around. So as you can see, I don't really have a lot of like build up and stuff because when I wash my hair, I try to really only use my shampoo in my scalp specifically. Somebody's calling me, hold on. Back to what I was saying, right? So yeah, when I wash my hair, I used to like really lather the shampoo all throughout my locks and stuff like that, but I would get a lot of buildup towards the root. And during quarantine, I kind of developed this really bad habit of just like kind of taking out my ends, picking the stuff out and putting it back together. But obviously, you're supposed to leave your locks alone, so I tried to just start shampooing only my scalp, moisturize that, and I pretty much just let the actual body of my lock work with water and oil. Of course, my mom's calling me now. So here, usually when I moisturize, again, as soon as I get out the shower or very soon after, I try to make sure I moisturize my scalp before it gets too dry. And then I usually go over it again once I'm actually doing my hair, but I just don't like it to sit too long because that makes it that much harder to moisturize when you actually start doing it. So I usually work top to bottom so that if any of the oil is like kind of trickling down, I can just kind of take it where it needs to go. Pretty simple. Not a whole lot of effort, and again, I don't stress out too much about the specifics because I know I'm going to do it again, but again, it's just always good to do it as soon as possible.
Friends of mine have. Anyway, they're... Nah, never mind.
Okay. What? Actually, let me pause that. So I'm just gonna show kind of how I start. I usually go bottom up instead of top down. So I just kind of pull up the whole top half of my scalp. I'm trying to figure out actually which ones I'm twisting right now. I tie the whole first half up and then I work from there. So these locks on the bottom are pretty small. The sizes of my locks are pretty consistent, but there are some that are really big. How you doing? There are some that are really big and there are some that are pretty like micro. So these ones on the bottom, I use these clips. Obviously, I have like a whole, this is like an old soap top thing and I just keep my clips in here. But I usually kind of pair them together. And then the bigger ones, usually I'll give them their own individual clip. I also don't have too many, so I can't really burn through them that fast. Let's see. So yeah, I'll just show out this first one. So I just kind of, you know, even though they're still damp, I've been out the shower for about like 20-30 minutes now, so I just kind of run a little bit more water through them just to get it wet. Kind of tie the ones that I'm not worried about to the side so that none of the hair gets confused on where it's supposed to go. I just put a little bit of oil on my fingers, kind of run it through the root and the top, and then I'll take this one. And I'm kind of just feeling this out, like I'm used to it because I've done my hair so long, like I know when a hair is going towards the wrong lock, so I move it over. The ones on the edges are always the easiest to do though, so you can kind of see a little bit of where they are. And then I just kind of literally spin it around my finger. Nothing complicated. And I just try to make sure I'm kind of catching the stray hairs around the root as I go. Again, these ones on the bottom are like the easiest to do just because they are so small, so I literally just have to twirl them and then that's it. Some of the ones that are thicker, I have to like really get in there. I'm gonna do the same to the one that's right next to it. I'm about to do that for the whole rest of this bottom row and then the rest of my hair. And maybe I'll check back when I'm doing some that are thicker. But other than that, I'm just gonna come back once my hair is done. So we're at the halfway mark. I look like a vegetable, but I'm about halfway done. I still got obviously all this to do. It is now 5:22, so I'm on track to be done. Probably about an hour later than I thought, but I'm moving a little bit sluggish today. But yeah, it's just a little check mark, so I'll probably just come back when I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I still have the clips in. You can probably see them all throughout. My neck hurts so bad, my hands hurt terribly, my back hurts, I'm hungry. I'm going to make myself some blueberry pancakes, and probably in like an hour or two, I'll usually take the clips out. But it's good to leave the clips in while you let the hair dry, so when you actually take them out, they stay how they are. So it's like 6 right now. I'm probably gonna take them out around 8ish, and then I'll wrap it up for the night. And then if anything, I might curl them in the morning just so they can stretch out. So I'll show what it looks like after that too. But yeah, done for the day.